Hi, I'm Steve Leveque, Director of Winemaking for WALT Wines.
And I'm Megan Gunderson, winemaker for WALT Wines. And today we are tasting our 2010 Gaps Crown Pinot Noir. And we're particularly excited about sourcing fruit from this vineyard. This is a hillside vineyard, very gravelly, very devigorating soils. We get great vine balance here, a lot of fruit, a lot of character, a lot of personality. This wine in this vintage is Clone 667.
The Gaps Crown Vineyard is really all about the soils and its exposure to the Pacific. You have really limiting, shallow, gravelly soils, and then the vineyard is also, because it's situated on a hillside and a hill in the gap, it's very devigorating when you get those Pacific influences just bearing down on you every day. So you get this low vigor condition, and the vines really struggle, and you can really sense that struggle, that tension that's coming from that vineyard source. The wines are really rich, really structured, and they have that kind of tension, that energy that's really coming from the Gaps Crown Vineyard. Really deep in color, deep in aromas and flavor. This is by far our most structured Pinot Noir. It's interesting because all of our winemaking is very similar across the board. Of course, we'll react individually, lot by lot, tank by tank. But in general, native fermentation, they're all getting native malolactic, they're all unfined, they're all unfiltered, they're all weekly batonnage. So the differences you're seeing are really expressions of the vineyard. And the Gaps is just has a more muscular, more masculine presentation.
Powerful.
It is powerful.
Very powerful.
I mean, you look at the color alone, it's just so deep and dark. And there's just huge fruit jumping from the glass, which I love. It's very, very appealing. It's a very hedonistic type wine.
A lot of ripe berry, warm, spicy brown spice, a little bit of nutmeg. Good balance between fruit and spice.
Yeah, when people talk about the importance of balance with Pinot Noir, I completely agree. Everything needs to be in harmony and balance. There can't be one thing that dominates or one thing that is hiding behind another attribute of the wine. This wine, everything's big, so you have to, you have to freely admit that. Everything's big about this wine, but it's in balance. People talk about finesse and Pinot Noir, and then they talk about balance, and they often mistake that for meaning that Pinot should be understated and austere and light and
delicate.
And this is not that wine. Balance is a bigger concept than that. That's an easy excuse when people think that, oh, it's just too big, it's not balanced. That's not true. Everything in this wine is richly proportioned. It's delicious. It's just a beautiful, rich, opulent Pinot Noir. And it's just, you taste it next to the Shea, and they're night and day.
Yep.
They were the same winemaking. Great boysenberry, blue fruits in this as well. Really dark, rich, ripe fruit. I mean, that's when I taste this wine. It's like dark berry, boysenberry, blackberry,
chocolate,
brown spice. Just a lot of texture. I mean, it's just luscious. Cheers.
Cheers.